Hello there, my fellow Mad Hatters. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Anoxia Station. Chapter 4, Decontamination. Sector V44, mile down. Seismic activity? No idea. External temperature? Hot. Biological activity? Basically guaranteed, and it's pretty radioactive. Love it. Chapter 4, Decontamination. You find yourselves in a deep cavern, some kind of sandstone pocket. A high level of mercury vapors have been detected, which need to be dealt with immediately. There is no turning back. Time to act. So on the left side of the map here, or screen, we have hydrogen vapor levels. So hydrogen vapor levels is like a new survival mechanic, kind of like temperature and radiation. And if this gets too high, we all become Mad Hatters and die. There's rusted gates here. Move the station here in mobile mode to leave the sector. So opening the way to the rusted gates is going to be pretty important. And then, over here, a mound of earth rises above an underground ocean of liquid mercury. Silver waves crash against the shores, leaving shiny traces on the rocks. The air is scarce. A colossal bucket wheel excavator towers over the islet. How and why this monstrous aggregate ended up here is impossible to tell, but perhaps this is the key to Hyperborea. Find missing parts: the hydraulic cylinder, the crankshaft, and the wheel gear reducer. Also, it wants me to upgrade a boiler to a recycler. So in this spot, I'm going to build a refinery, or a convector, which then upgrades to a boiler, which then upgrades to a recycler. People died. 1. Oh boy, we're already losing people. Cheerful music. You know, some funeral music for the people. And syndrome normal. Why didn't take very long? We've got an infected moth. Thankfully, we also have a petroleum reservoir revealed. Let's see. The infective moth is photophilic, but I can't really deal with that at the moment. I think cluster munitions is a bit overkill, to be honest. So I'm not going to go that route. And let's get the convector up into a boiler, into a recycler ASAP. That's what the tutorial's telling me to do. Okay, lots going on. We have a moth, we have a caterpillar, or not a caterpillar, a millipede of some sort. Nightmares too vivid. The foreman complains that the miners are sleeping on the job. The problem is that they can't sleep after shift because they're haunted by nightmares. Sometimes these visions are eerily similar, sometimes they are not, but they are inevitably feature an impossibly tall female figure, oily, black, faceless, and naked. At first she just watches, and then she tries to enter the sleeping miner's body and tear him apart from the inside. The foreman claims that the workers started drinking and playing cards at night, hence their lack of sleep. Give them sleeping pills to make them sleep better, or give them psychostimulants to make them work better. Isn't the foreman dead? Maybe it's a replacement foreman. Second in command of sorts. Okay, psychostimulants. Got it. Now that there's 2 enemies, I'm gonna use insecticide and cluster munitions. And you have 80, yeah, you have a lot of life left, so I'm gonna do an analysis and shoot that one dead. All right, this is the tile that I wanted to build the... So we have a harvester. I'm going to upgrade the harvester to a drilling rig. And then this pale mushroom, I'm going to, like, flatten. And in its place, build a refinery. This creature is fire resistant, insensitive to cold, and devours buildings to restore health. So let's, oh, I can't drop a bomb. That person's dead. I'll have to just keep shooting it. I wanted a generator in the spot, so let's put a generator back there. It got, like, stopped by the other bug. And then the dolmen here is inspectable. A stone structure, a megalith. Enormous boulders show carved symbols resembling an alphabet of unknown language. It seems an alien amidst a rough rock of the cave. So we'll try to scan it. And just keep drilling, just keep drilling. Oh, I screwed that up. Drill there. Drill here. Okay. And repair Yodaville because it got damaged. Okay, lots going on. In your dream, you are making your way through a dark, dense forest. Thick trunks and canopies block the sky above. The damp smell of rotting leaves and moss make your head spin. You feel a weight on your shoulders. You are carrying a rifle. You are a hunter. Suddenly, a rustle. As you move towards the sound, you reach a clearing. When you are peering through into the darkness, you see a white fox. It slowly turns its head and looks at you, baring its teeth. It's like it's not afraid of you. Like it knows you. Like it's been waiting for you. You feel its gaze on you. For some reason, you feel guilt. You pull back the hammer, take aim, and shoot. The vision ends. You lie down for a while, staring blankly at the ceiling. Corrosions of metal. Mechanic notices that rust is appearing on the equipment operating near the crystals. It spreads rapidly, and some workers even claim that it breathes. Whatever it means, this causes panic in the crew, as the rust spreads to all metal objects, ruining them from within and turning the equipment into useless scrap metal. Top choice, study the rust, which takes a tech point. Middle choice, isolate the afflicted equipment and buildings. Bottom choice, use rust as a means of disposal. Study. Innovation is unlocked, and that is detonation. Increases damage from explosives and allows you to detonate them at will. All right, there's also ruins to study, but we have a different scan in progress. And I don't even have enough fuel to do anything, but let's go ahead and do a refinery cycle at the refinery and upgrade the concentrator as a result. There is also ossified Copernicus and an ancient outpost. We have found a whole lot of stuff. The ancient outposts can be repaired with 125 fuel, of which I do not have. Oh, and there's a swarm of insects to the southwest. All right. Insecticides for the swarm of insects. And the little bugger here, I'll use the last of my power to impulse. Is this fire resistant? Yeah, so I'm not going to bother covering it fuel. I am going to use a gas bomb to stun the centipede that is encroaching. Meaning I don't have any more natural gas, so trying to find a natural gas node would be very handy at this point. Reduce mercury vapor levels through degassing recycler, which is this. So using petroleum, it removes impurities from oxygen, significantly reducing temperature and radiation levels, and also hydrogen levels. So now it wants me to upgrade an outpost to a citadel. Got it. So water levels going down a lot as a result of the recycler. Centipede was stunned. And the insect swarm approached. Alright, the concentrator is going to allow us to get more fuel, a lot more fuel, which is great. I'm going to use that for cluster munitions, killing both of the hostiles. My remaining fuel, I'm choosing to repair the ancient outpost, which is a fortification of an unknown era and civilization, which automatically attacks things for 125 to 180 damage, using fuel and causing fire-type damage. Pretty nice. My power is terrible, so I'm going to build another generator. Dilute some fuel so I have a little bit more fuel. And with my remaining fuel, dig here. Because this is the back wall, so I'm trying to build my structures on the back wall to not block my expansion. Alright, ruins need scanning, and ossified cop needs scanning, but we're also still right now scanning the dolmen. So we only scan one thing at a time. So we got our hands full. The other thing that the recycling station can do is composting. So it composts the corpses of underground creatures for random resources, but it requires gas. So it would be really useful to find a gas deposit, in other words. So I'll keep drilling, hoping to tap some gas. There is petroleum here. That's really good to know. And gas here. So this is the gas that I need to go to. So, analyzing... It's not going to be easy to drill there, but copy that. Okay. We have an infected moth and a worm, and one of our only generators just came under heavy fire by the worm. So this worm is already pretty wounded. I don't really know where it took its damage from, but the drill would petroleum bomb the worm. The worm is fire resistant, so that's not helpful. Let's do... Oh, I know. The ancient outpost hit the worm. So I'm going to do a cluster shot using almost all my fuel. Concentrate more fuel. And then I'll insecticide the worm. And the worm is blind, so I'm going to decoy, which helps to keep the worm away from our buildings, but not the moth. Actually, the worm might die of dots here. No, not yet. Alright, the dolmen's been studied. So the next study I'm going to do is this ossified mushroom, because I need to clear the way to be able to drill to the gas, because getting that source of gas is going to be pretty important. Now it wants me to upgrade a outpost to a citadel, so let's go ahead and start to get an outpost with our fuel. And then use the impulse. Ooh, I don't have power. Generator. generate a little bit more power, and then use the impulse to kill the moth. So moth is dead, and the worm is potentially lured away, which is good. And I'm drilling out this, which should reveal some petroleum as well. I would very much like more power, but I don't have the fuel for that. Alright, worm got lured. The ancient outpost murdered the worm. Oh, it wasn't petroleum, it was contaminated water. Alright, taking a look. It looks like more contaminated water down that way. Gas, petroleum. Okay, so let's dig here and out that way too. The ossified remains are being studied, and we have found the crankshaft, maybe? Or the cylinder? Looks like the crankshaft. The cylinder's the second one, and the wheel reducer's the third or something. I don't know. Alright, we're really low on water. So let's go ahead and start pumping it. Oh, I need fuel. Oh, no, that wasn't fuel. What symbol was that? I need... Oh, it's contaminated. I need to clean it out with my chemist, and then refine some petroleum into fuel, and then build the pump. And a generator, and another generator, because we've been having power problems. Okay. Radio tower to be upgrading the outpost requires 45 more fuel, which we can actually dilute. So I can get that today. And then some music for our delirious, sad crew. Maybe we can start to turn some moods around. Maybe. Oh my god, it's hot. Where did all my power go? My power per day just has not been keeping up. So, if I had 30 more power, I'd be able to do a endothermic chlorination. Oh, you know what? We could also do a degassing. There we go. That helped a lot with the recycler. The recycler is really expensive to run, but it's very handy. I'll get a turbo pump going for the underground lake. And then opening up our overlay. This should be some more resources. And then going southeast should be even more resources. Alright, we're alive. Delirious and very low on fuel, but alive. Okay, you are having a disturbing dream. You wander down a long hospital corridor. In one of the offices, you see a long dead relative. He is as silent as a fish and seems to pay no attention to you. You approach him, hoping to find out where you are, but he made no reply. Instead, you hear a loud rumble, as if some machine is running. You follow the sound, and at the end of the corridor, you see a giant rusty mechanism. Black liquid, resembling oil, flows from its pipes directly onto the floor. From the huge tray, bodies stick out. From the mechanism, which the mechanism grinds. You somehow realize that the same fate awaits you. When suddenly, someone puts a hand on your shoulders and you wake up. You wipe your forehead with the back of your hand and shake off the delusion. So we got more water. I'm digging to the gas. We are done with that ossified discovery, and we can start scanning the ruins. The concentrator took damage from the thing, a creature or mechanism that defies any description. Its nature is unknown. It is fire resistant, it is insensitive to cold, and it is clearly coming for us. Generator. Did everything break? Oh god, everything broke. Drilling rig repair. Generator. We don't have enough fuel for repair, so let's dilute some fuel for some repair. Recycler, repair. Other generator, we don't have the fuel for it. Because our total repair was outside of our fuel budget, so I'm just, like, scrambling. In order to be able to do the total repair, we need, water. Which we should be getting from the turbo pump soon. Hypothetically, next turn? Although, the turbo pump's only offsetting the recycler, so we need to decontaminate more water and get another pump going. Let's go ahead and use our impulse lasers on the thing. And then try to cheer up the crew, although we're getting very delirious. Alright, what's it gonna do? Oh god! So... Yoicks. Drilling opened up a can of worms. A red parasite rider. Fire resistant, and does a lot of damage to buildings. I'm going to use our pheromone contact to instant murder the... Oh, I clicked on the wrong thing. I meant to do the parasite. So we're going to study the parasite, insecticide the parasite, refine more fuel, purify the water, and go for more water production because... Oh, we got a bunch of water production right now. So with that extra water production... the thing is almost dead. We got it! Did exactly enough damage. So now we just need to worry about that scary parasite. The damaged facilities that we've got going on, I'm trying to repair. And the thing I really want to drill is the fuel here, but the parasite is in the way. Because we're not going to be able to get a citadel, which is our goal, until we start to do gas drilling. Oof. God, what happened to all of our power? I'll get another generator. Engine outpost, kill it! The engine outpost shot something. I'm not even sure what it shot. So here is the drill for the gas. I am having super power problems, but I'm also having like fuel refinery problems, so I'm going to build another refinery and another generator. We're running low on the amount of Terranauts that we can deploy, but I'm not worried about it yet. I'm going to do another degassing cycle to reduce heat. It looks like these are just going to be empty tiles as far as I can tell. And I'm actually going to get rid of this pump. I don't think we need to now that our water production is caught up. Let's see. Once we have gas, we can start to get the outpost to a citadel. And then the other thing that we can build here is a science lab once I have a little bit more fuel. Diluting the fuel gets me 110. I need 120 for the lab, so we still have to wait. Another worm. What did it just blow up? Oh my god, we are completely under siege. The worm blew up our drill. It nearly blew up the generator. We got a rock devourer up here, who's photophilic, fire resistant, and devours buildings. And the red parasite, a different red parasite coming back. The excavator, all the parts have been found, and it's being repaired over time. Alright, let's go ahead and get the gas extractor going. And the refinery going, giving us a lot more fuel to play with, which allows us to unleash cluster munitions. I'm going to analyze the rock devourer. The rock devourer is photophilic. The parasite, so maybe we can try a decoy? And then the extra power that I made with all the generators that we had will go for an impulse on the parasite. Now the drill we lost. So in order to maintain our petroleum production, I need to get a new drill back. Because the drill blew up. So we're getting that back. Heat's going up pretty high, but I don't have to address that just yet. And then we do have the worm down here, who must have been shot by the ancient outpost, because it's pretty wounded. So the decoy that we have going on, I just insecticided, hoping to attract the bugs to where we've released that. So the ruins was the last place that we found the part for the excavator, and as soon as I have gas from our gas pump, we'll get the outpost to a citadel, and we can start calling in extra Terranauts, because my total population is dropping. We're dropping like flies here. Okay. What else can I build? I may want to build, because it's relatively cheap, a sacrificial radio tower down here for the worm. And there's also, more bugs. Oh god, there's a lot more bugs exposed over there. So one of the best abilities that I have to do for those is cluster munitions, but I need a lot of fuel for that. So we're gonna have to save up for the fuel for that. I think the outpost just got nuked and destroyed. I also lost... So the worm's dead. I have every innovation now. Alright, let's do the gas pumping immediately so I have gas to play with. The generator just burnt to death. Ouch. Good lord. Alright, Yodaville. Cluster munitions, everything. Rock Devourers down to 2 HP. The Parasite Rider to 35. So we'll do a insecticide cloud here. Getting the Rock Devourer dead. And I think the Parasite is also gonna die. Good. Alright, refine more petroleum to fuel. We are in a very highly critical temp. So the radio tower down here that was just a bait, I think I'm going to upgrade to the Citadel because we lost our other radio tower, or our other outpost. It got destroyed by the bugs. The other thing is our extractor, our harvester lets extract and also upgrade. Because we're running low on petroleum and we need to fuel our war efforts, essentially. And then the gas we were waiting on... Alright, for temperature, we're going to do degassing. Cool. And then I'm going to compost some of the corpses. So we compost this corpse into a massive amount of water. Okay, cool. Who's left? There is... Bug... I think they're... I don't know where they all are. But at least we can impulse this one. And we killed it. Okay. Population is delirious. We'll try to cheer them up. Up to stress. And done. Alright, outpost. Finally becoming a citadel. Can I repair the tower, the ancient tower? It did not take damage. I don't think anything of my buildings right now are damaged. I'm just double checking, but I believe we're in the clear there. Okay, down here I'm gonna build the laboratory so I can potentially get the last research project. I haven't had the fuel until now for that. I'm gonna hydrocrack so we have a lot more fuel. I don't in any way feel safe, but we are about to get the outpost. And I'll do another compost. We got a lot of petroleum from that corpse. Beautiful. And also the mercury vapors are all dealt with at the moment, which is fantastic. So I don't think I'm going to be doing any drilling. I don't want to open up more avenues for them to murder me. And the excavator is about third repaired. More cheery music. Syndrome normal. What was that? I don't know. But our laboratory's up, so research. The final research, the tectonic stabilizer. Done. And we do have a citadel. So, the citadel has surface communications, which costs 180 electricity, which allows us to summon more Terranauts we can use once a week. An emitter, dealing radioactive damage to a random creature, which costs 50 electricity. That's a lot of damage, though. And turrets. Place an autonomous turret on an empty tile, costing 50 fuel. A fog disperser. Removes fog from the entire section. And it's a, very powerful tool. So in order to use the surface communications, which is something I would really like to do, I need more power. So I'm going to upgrade the generators to try to generate more power. But the power here I don't want to use because that power there sets all my generators on fire, which surprisingly enough is kind of terrible to do. But I'll use, yeah. I'll also degas to reduce temperature and radiation using some petroleum. And maybe build a few more generators to be able to get the Citadel fully powered up. Because being able to call for help is going to be amazing. It's a lot of generators. So now, power per day is 170. Did something hit me? No, I think I'm okay. All right, so as far as the research tree goes, we're done. It's complete. The excavator's still repairing. Our resources look pretty solid, so I don't really need to make any choices there. And new day. Do we finish investigating the rust? There was no follow-up as far as I saw. Find an exit point, leave the sector. Before we do that, I would very much like to call for surface communication. So we have a population of 95. Now we have a population of 100. And generally, when the game says get out, you do just that. So up and move into the exit. Nice. Survived. I mean, we lost another hero and a whole lot of crew and got nuked like crazy by all sorts of horrors in the deep. But we're alive. Thank you for tuning in to Anoxia Station, which originally streamed live on Twitch. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow survivors deep in the subterranean underground.